You gotta build yourself up to that. Because everybody said, "Oh, we're born as a leader." No, we all are gifted and talented and different skills and expertise. You know, you said it. For me, it's more like my pastor said. If you're good at something, you won't need to require a lot of work to get it done. That makes sense. If my gift or talent or experience is to build a team, I don't need to put a lot of effort to do it because people just drawn to me. People like they see me like, oh, I want to get to know this guy. I want to be his friend. The least amount of work you put into something is because it's who you are. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to be a boss, be a leader, and you're putting so much work into it, then it's not for you.
Yeah, chances are you're not a boss.
It is not for you.
I'm saying.
If you try to bribe people to listen to you, giving people, just to tell them, hey, force them to follow you. You're not really a boss. You're not really a leader in any way. It's not your gift. Hospitality, that's your gift. Then you don't have to do the most to treat people with hospitality, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you could.
I was literally about to say the same thing, dude. Like, if you have to fit the script. You have to actually be. You can't act. You have to be. Being is something I never have to try. We all exist right now, right? Do you have to try to exist, or do you just exist? You don't have to try. What is trying to exist right now? I can't try to be what I already am. But then once you actually stop trying and just be who you are, you get to know who yourself. And that's what you said before, that knowledge of self, people will fear that. Because I have a lot of knowledge. Because knowledge of self is the most superior knowledge. Because it's so specific to you. And you learn more from yourself than you're always learning from yourself, really. Other people really just allow, people just show you what people show you, and then you kind of interpret it as you're separate from them when you're learning, but we're all collective. So there's a collective knowledge out here that's actually operating within all of us. Because I have knowledge, but in terms of relatively speaking, your knowledge adds to my knowledge. So I don't have to think of everything that I can't think of everything. But if I think of me just as my world, and then that I'm limited to when I think of it as collective, I always know that there's universal knowledge. That's what a leader really does. They don't have to know the details about everything. They just know the whole scope of the big picture. Some people, their main primary role is to know the details about that one thing, so that they fit. And then if you have a lot of people that do that, like you said, and then building a team, that creates the best team. But the leader is the person that keeps everything connected together. If that doesn't work, then everybody's just their individual pods.
So you say your experiences helped you. You know what I'm saying? Like for you, what are some things that maybe you could someone aspiring to be a boss? Like what are some tips and things they can implement?
I'd say one of the main things that I feel like you should do in terms of implementing is, one, you have to understand how to breathe. Understand how to take a pause. Don't be afraid to take a pause before you speak, before you make a judgment. Because that ability to withhold yourself, you should know how to let go a lot of it. If you have to yell if you need to yell, if you need to raise your voice in certain situations, understand how to do it, but you have to read the room. I feel like that's a lot of the things that most people don't understand about being a leader, is really just reading the room. And I'm understanding the dynamics of the room. And that's emotional intelligence, that's social awareness. So I'd say those two are big. And the way to do that is to ask people, did you like those moments that you think just passed by, that you think was a meaningless moment? Call them, bring that out to the open. Bring we passed by, we bumped into, it's oh, I'm sorry, might have bumped into you and then not said anything or just walked away. And then next time I see you, I'm be like, hey, I'm sorry for that moment. Like, show people that you're paying attention to the details, basically, because that's what life is all about. I'm not like, yes, we see the surface layer, but it's the details that are really giving us the most meaning. So show people that you're paying attention to these details, and like really bring them out to the surface. That's what's gonna give you that shiny quality of like, whoa, that's a real person. They care a lot. They're noticing, and not talking about the shit that like, doesn't really it's not as impactful. It's the details that are very impactful to people. That's the shit that like people remember.
Okay, so emotional intelligence, understanding, pay attention to detail,
social awareness, like all that stuff.
For me, I would say, going back to it, boundaries is a big piece for me. If you want to level up and be a boss, like how the culture be saying, if you want to be a boss, set your boundaries, set them firm. Make sure that people respect them. Make sure you respect them yourselves. Like I said, if you don't, everything starts with you. You know what I'm saying? I know it's that cliche. If I can't help myself, how can I help you? Marty just said it. If I don't respect my own boundaries, how are you gonna respect me? And so my biggest thing would be set boundaries, speak your truth. Those are two things. If you can't tell people how you really feel, no one's gonna give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to not only read other people's emotions, but you have to read your own. You have to be able to see it. Okay, I'm fucked up right now. This nigga got me fucked up right now. This nigga didn't show up. This nigga's late. This nigga's cutting me off. This nigga's doing this. You have to be able to tell niggas exactly how you feel when you're feeling it. Or else, if you don't care, who's gonna care? For real, like I always say, like, if you don't care, who's gonna care for your shit,
Facts.
And like, I wrote it like this, right? Because I like to, sometimes I just have an idea and I like to say it like exactly how I had it. Being a leader is as much of a support role as it is a leadership position. You need to take in consideration, like, you are here to support all your employees, to be able to make the highest. You're here, you're managing them, If you need to support people as much as they need to support you.
Yes.
Going back to reciprocity.
That's what I said about helpful. I'm not even doing it for me. I'm doing it because if I do it and then you do it for me, like, it's a reciprocal thing. Yeah. It's not like I'm just doing it for me. I expect
or like I'm just doing it for you. Like, yeah. I'm doing it for us.
I'm doing it for us. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I wrote like this, right? You need to understand and guide people while allowing them to voice their concerns. Understand and guide you. So like that might have been confusing. But like basically, you need to be able to understand and guide people so that they can understand and guide you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you don't want to just be like, oh, it's my way, or like only doing it my way. You want to hear what people's inputs is. You want to be like, okay, well, that's how you feel. Okay, good. Like it's like if you are on a ship or some shit. Say we're pirates right now, right? And we're all pirates. And Marty's a captain, and he's steering us like north, right? And me and Warren are saying like, yo, like I heard this crazy tale like when we were ashore that like there's this shit that's like a little northeast. You know what I'm saying? If we go off like a little bit this way, like we might be able to get either to where we're going faster or we may to get even somewhere better. It's like you gotta be able to allow your team. Like maybe I'm the nigga who pulls the fucking sail. You know what I'm saying? I direct us. Maybe Warren's the dude who's having the oar. You know what I'm saying? Who's making sure that the functionality of the ship is working right. Who's making make sure the cannons is firing right. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm not steering the ship. Warren's not steering the ship. But if our captain can't listen to the input of everybody around him, it's gonna be it's like I said, a lot blind leading the blind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a dangerous game to play because you're following somebody who's. Look, I wanted you to say it, bro, because I don't want to steal your ship. Like, I'll show it to you. Huh? It's this, huh? Because like how will you,
Oh yeah.
I wanted because one had a great
How will you lead when you can't lead yourself?